This is the opening speech, opening session of Mental Forge about what is it and who it serves. Its immersive has a historical background. In the early 1980s, China's totalitarian system began to show signs of fast losing. In the field of young science education, key change, key changes manifested by a group of brightest and most ambitious adults systematically integrating the Soviet Union and the Western education tradition, especially those from Eastern Europe, which had a strong education tradition in mathematics and science. They established a robust, a robust mechanism, a robust incentive system through Rogers selection. The most outstanding students in mathematics and science could directly enter top university, like Tsinghua and Peking University. This mechanism rapidly transformed the supply structure of young scientific talent. By the end of 1980s, China, who had seldom participated in the International Intelligence Olympic before, began to win gold medal frequently in mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, and informatics, persisting itself among the world's elite. In the following 30 years, from the beginning of 90s till now, China have been dominating globally in all five disciplines Olympic competition. Beyond, behind these top competitors, results was a long-term iteration of education curricula in the science, along with large-scale, high-intensity teacher-student interaction. Due to the certainty to directly access to the top university and the prevailing national value system under the slogan, oh, must, must in mathematics, physics, and chemistry means you can conquer the world. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? A large number of countries' brightest youngs was strongly abstract to the deep engaged in the study of these subjects, particularly mathematics and physics. At the same time, a group of smartest adults serving as teachers or coaches continually involved under the pressure of the intellectual competence and their students, the brightest guys, feedback. From a macro perspective, the internal structural dynamic in this field are highly similar to the athlete's development system in the United States, except that Chinese young scientific education system operates at a significant higher scale and intensity. In the US, the interaction between professional coach and potential young athletes is driven by the commercial or personal achievement motivation. Within a society where values are highly diverse, diverse, and sports events are abundant. In construct, Chinese young scientific education system is highly focused on five main science subjects, driven by the desire to secure spots in the best university, all within in a society with a high unified value orientation. Despite the limited number of available top university spots, about 500 positions a year in a country with a population of over 10 million per grade. The number of sports is still an order of magnitude higher than the sports. Well, three medal winners per event. Thus, children who might have been discouraged from pursuing sports in US are relatively compatible, intensely involved in the competition for Chinese academic sports. So the scale is big, big, big. Throughout this process, this competition, key mental thinking disciplines are repeatedly refined and iterated, with particular emphasis on the systematic connection between elementary and advanced mathematics. In deep learning with the goal of mastering the four major branches of mechanism in the physics, and cultivating skills in classical algorithm developed by the specialists like Donald Knuth. Okay. This curriculum and training paths have been continued to evolve for nearly 4 decades. This long-term accumulation has enabled many of Chinese top high school students in graduate 1 or 2 compared to US grade 10 and 11 to reach an academic level in these subjects compared to third year. The third year students at top university like MIT or Stanford. 4-year gaps. Grade 11 to MIT's senior undergraduate student. 4-year gaps. As a result, Chinese mathematical and scientific education system has shown significant and stable advantage over the mainstream education and assessment system in Singapore, Japan, South Korea, the US and Europe, of course. Okay? And this has led to the fact that currently half of the core AI research and development position in the United States are held by young people under 40 born in China. 40 decades system development history. Young people's age under 40. What that mean? Okay. However, this intense focus on one field has come a heavy cost in whole life for Chinese youngs. Too much time and energy invested in a single field. The spread of mental health problems, diseases due to extreme competition. Linkage of broad perspective beyond one's core disciplines. And poor communication ability, both locally and in English. So, review the whole picture. The key here is efficiency. Why efficiency even more important in education in this AI era than ever before? We will conduct a more in-depth and comprehensive analysis in the next session. Why? Why Metaforge? Here, Metaforge seek to take the beneficial and the efficient aspect of the mental thinking development embedded in China. And by extension, East Europe and the Soviet Union science education tradition are transport them by the form of holy solution for the democratic world. English world, French and Dutch world, okay? Transport. While discarding the inefficiency brought about by the drive for the forced ranking. Forced ranking is harmful. The excessive focus on proficiency, overemphasize on super complicated scenario, blending many scientific elements, and even the idea that the student should be familiar with specific past competition questions. Which year? Which test? Number what? Question is similar to this question. Do you remember it? Do you see it? Abandon this part of efficiency and unhealthy. Okay, metaphor, transport, whole solution. Now, metaphor is divided into two tiers, core and mastery tiers. The core tier, which with free learning and practice content, is already aligned with the pay course of LPS, Thinking Academy, or similar system in the English speaking world. Now, mastery tier is the ultimate goal of our system of metaphors to face and solve challenge and the necessary complex problem using a solid foundation. Solid foundation. Okay. In mathematics, science, and algorithm, this is the natural outcome for a person who own strong mental ability and extensive toolkits here in the field of mathematics and science. At both of the core and the mastery tier, metaphor's core value come from the struct, clear progress that helps children efficiently advance through the curriculum and exercise. Let's go into the metaphor mathematics first. Okay. In metaphor, core subject mathematics, physics, and algorithm fully consider the inherent connection between them. With mathematics take yeah, mental thinking parts and the tools overlapping a lot. Mathematics, physics, capability, physics from this part, and algorithm ability, algorithm from this part. Yeah. So the first three level focus on mental thinking, fundamental skills, while level 4 to 6 are designed to introduce mathematical tools. Of course, need mental thinking foundation too. So we defined two phases. Phase 1, mathematics is mathematics level 1 to 3. 1 till 2, 3. The curriculum divided into 8 basic modules. Calculation, Abbreviation is CAL. Application problem, word problem, APP. Geometry, GEO. Logic pattern, LP, LP. Counting, CNT. Number theory, NT. Combinatorics, CMP. Motion or travel problem, MOV. Both core and the mastery tiles course will clearly indicate the module and the level and module. The session naming convention is core or mastery tier, level X, level 1, 2, 3, 4, level, okay, module abbreviation. For example, GO for geometry, session number 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, very clear. Typically, the recommended learning pace is to complete one module per week with excellent exercise being the benchmark for progress. In Mental Forge, children or adults who still have energy and enthusiasm can choose to adjust their pace based on the solid completion of each learning circle. Yeah, we will explain the learning circle in detail in the later hall session. Okay. What is achieved? This phase focus on building math thinking based on the humanity's natural rational ability without rush into introduce modern mathematic tools beyond the functions. Up completing this phase. In the core tier, students are expected to achieve a score of 80% in the AMC8 test, answering about 20 questions correctly. And 2 to 3 questions, 80% on AIME. A little problem, 2 to 3 problems correctly on AIME. But in the mastery tier, the expected score for AMC is much higher, 95%, which means students could answer about 24 questions correctly. It's much higher than this number, AMC8. Yeah, astonishingly, 6 to 8, about half, questions on AME. Yeah, this is the academic goals. Then children go into the phase 2, including level 4 to 6. The second phase focuses on teaching the core mathematics tools with 4 classical main modules: algebra, AGL, geometry, GEO, number theory, NT, and the combinatorics, same. This stage maintained the same course structure and progression as the first phase. Okay. With expected performance, AMC 12, 80%, 10 to 12 questions, AME, quartile. At quartile, as for AP courses, include calculus BC and statistics will you will receive a perfect score of 5. In the mastery tier, students should score 95, about 140 score on AMC 12. And 13 to 15, AME answer correctly. With sure advancing to the USA MO and highly likelihood of advancing to MOP. AP, no problem. Okay. AP is not the goal for mastery. Physics. Physics is strongly recommended at least to pursue after reach at least core till level 5 in mathematics because tool set must be ready. Physics based on tool set a lot. This will cover 4 major classic modules: mechanics, thermodynamics, electromagnetism, and quantum. This phase spans around 100 modules and will take about 2 years to complete at the standard pace, with clear division between core and mastery 2. After mastering the 4 major physics modules, students in the core tier will be expected to achieve good results in the F equals to MA test, with about 1/3 chance to enter USA PHO. 1/3 probability USA PHO. Regarding AP course, such as Physics C in mechanics, electricity, and magnetism, students are expected to score 5 out of 5. Okay. In the mastery tier, anti-USA PHO will be almost certain. Enter the training camp to occupy a position on USA physical Olympic team is highly probable, but not sure. Okay. Algorithm. For algorithm, it is recommended that students reach at least core level 4 in mathematics before beginning. That is why. This part is level 1 to 3 with some tools, mathematics tools. So at least core level 4. This phase, this phase will cover the natural transition from mathematical abstraction to algorithm modeling in cyberspace. There are 8 basic modules: data structures, general algorithm, dynamic programming, linear algebra and number theory, combinatorics, computational geometry, string algorithm, and graph theory. There are about 150 modules in this phase, with a standard phase of 3 years. Students will continue to expand their modeling and engineering skill, supported by the high-quality publications on internet or automated evaluation platform on internet. Okay. After mastering all the algorithm modules, students at core tier will be capable of achieving USACO gold or platinum level. About here. They will also be able to solve problems at lead code, medium, 2-star level. That is core tier. As for AP courses including computer science principle, computer science A, etc., will receive a perfect score of 5. Okay. In the mastery tier, students will be able to achieve lead code hard 2 to 3 level with a high probability to enter USOCO training camp at platinum level. Okay. So, in summary, developing mental thinking ability and the mastery mathematical, physical, and algorithmical tools are long-term project that anyone with normal intelligence should engage in, not just the exceptionally gifted guys. Okay. As AI permeated society, mastering this mental ability is even more important than past areas. Why? In this area, why? We will explore this issue in our next session. Why mental forge needed? So, see you in the next session. Bye.